that you're going to stop all of this? No. Because the spirits that are behind this have been doing this for generations. One generation rises up, they do their work, they wad these people up, throw them into hell, go to the next generation. And if you think you can expose all of the seemingly good guys who were involved in 9/11, and you absolutely you're going to bring everybody to justice, you think that it's going to go away? No, because these are spirits you're dealing with. You're not wrestling with flesh and blood. So is it curious to me that Muhammad Atta, one of the apparent 19 bombers, 33 years old, in his name, and let me ask you a question. You say, why do you pick Muhammad Atta out? Let me ask you a question. Do you know the names of any of the other 18 suicide people of 9/11? No. For some reason, Muhammad Atta, that guy, is the name and the face that you remember. Why? 33. Let's see here. We talked about that. Oh, look here, Virginia Tech. The murders at Virginia Tech. How many people were killed? 32. What happened to the killer? He killed himself. 33. Remember these guys? The Phoenixes. The 33 miners buried in a pit, in a grave, that are brought out, rise to the surface, and have new life again, wearing their upside-down pentagram T-shirts. It's because of the phoenix, and this is another emblem of the phoenix, the number 33 being prominent here. This emblem here is another 33. You have a triangle pointing up, you have a triangle pointing down, 3 and 3. It's the same thing you have here. You have a triangle pointing up, a triangle pointing down, 33. You see it here, same symbol. This one is a king. He's wearing a crown. So that's what you have with the square and the compass. The Japanese flag, 32 rays surrounding the center point, 33. Jesuit symbol. Isn't it funny that the Japanese on one end of the earth and the Jesuits on the other end of the earth had the exact same symbol, 33. The points on a compass rose, 33. CIA uses that symbol, 33. So, I mean, if you wanted to make a connection between the CIA and JFK, there you go. I mean, that's about as good as I can get, and I think it's probably legitimate. United Nations symbol, 33 sections surrounding the center point, the 31. And then you have, we talked about Dealey Plaza being between the 32nd and 33rd parallel. You also have Roswell, New Mexico, White Sands, New Mexico, which is where the first atomic bomb was exploded. Phoenix, there's the Phoenix right there. Phoenix, Arizona. Then you have Nagasaki, Japan. Location of the second atomic bomb drop, August 9th, 1945. And then, well, let's see here. What else do we want to talk about? 3 shot. Let's talk about Hiram Abiff for a second. Okay? Let me show you the idea behind Hiram Abiff. Hiram Abiff is this Masonic legend. And Hiram is the secret master who he knows the secrets of building temples. Think about it. We have Christ who builds his own temple out of lively stones. So what does Hiram build them with? Dead ones. And so Hiram knows how to take dead stones and build a temple out of it. He knows the secret. And there are 3 who are lower level than Hiram. and they work for Hiram. And they want to know the secret, but they have not ascended all the levels. Okay? They haven't learned all the secret handshakes, and they haven't done this, and they haven't done that. They don't, you know what it is? It kind of sounds like how some, actually a lot, in Christian, especially scholars and Bible teachers and preachers, make everybody else feel when they disagree with them. Well, I'm sorry, but you haven't been studying the Scriptures for 30 years like I have. You haven't acquired the degrees that I have. You haven't achieved the success that I have. I have been preaching this many years. That makes me more qualified than you. How long have you been a Christian? 4 months? Well, have you ever experienced? I have. I have. And I'll tell you, and number one, I want to say this. If I ever get to a place where I'm looking down my nose at you people going, well, excuse me, for how long have you been doing this? Because I want you to know I have been, if I ever get that way, please let me know. I was going to say shoot me, but don't. Because it's not, has nothing to do with how long you've been studying the Scriptures. Because when Peter told Jesus, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God," you know what Jesus said? "Flesh and blood has not revealed that to you, Peter." Jesus didn't say, now, Peter, such an ignorant, boorish statement that you made. How long have you been following me? He didn't say that. Because I'm telling you that when you get something from God out of the Scriptures, it has nothing to do with how long you've been looking, how long you've been in the field, how much experience. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do. I know there's some things that I haven't learned that I haven't attained to yet. I know there's some things that a lot of people haven't learned that haven't attained to yet. But I want to tell you something. When it comes to God giving you something from the Scriptures, you don't need to be saved but about a week or a day. And He'll give you profound things. So these three guys come to Hiram, and they want to know, and Hiram says, "I'm sorry, but you just don't. You're just not up to my level." And so they say, "You know what? Give us the key. We want to know." So here's what, now watch this now. Here's what the three ruffians do in the Masonic legend. The first ruffian strikes a blow on Hiram Abiff, and he hits him in the neck. Of the three shots that we know about on JFK, the first one, because you remember that Zapruder film, and JFK comes from behind the sign, and he's going, he was smitten in the neck. Now, depending on which bullet theory you ascribe to, which I'm not going to comment because I don't know. What I do know for a fact is that right after that there was another wound. It wasn't in Kennedy, it was in John Connolly, but where was it? It was in his left breast. When Hiram didn't give the key the first time to the first ruffian who struck him on the throat, the second ruffian came to him, smote him on the left breast, and said, "Tell us the secret." And Hiram said no. And then, what was it, about 2 seconds after Kennedy emerges from that sign, Abraham Zapruder having his camera there, watching Kennedy emerge from the road sign there, clenching his neck. Jackie Kennedy leaning over to him, asking, as if to ask him, honey, what's wrong? Marilyn got you by the throat. All of a sudden, his forehead explodes all over that car, all over Jackie. You see her climbing toward the back of the limousine. You think she's trying to give the Secret Service guy, wonder what he was doing when all this was going on, a hand up. No, she was picking up pieces of his head for him. Because the third ruffian goes to Hiram and he says, give me the secret. And Hiram says no. And he smote him on the forehead. And that was the kill shot for Hiram Abiff. And right here at frame 312 of the Zapruder film, you have Hiram Abiff, the neck, the left breast of Connolly, the forehead of JFK, match perfectly with the ritual of Hiram Abiff that is held in every Masonic lodge in America. It's just unbelievable. When I thought, I looked it up and I went, no way. And that's exactly what happened. And I put that graphic up on the screen. How old was Kennedy? 46 years old. What does that have to do with? Here's Genesis 3. The exact words that Lucifer spoke in the King James Bible. 46 words. Yea, hath God said, you should not eat of every tree of the garden, and then down here, you shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open. Ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. 46 words exactly. Genesis 11. Here is what they said. Who? The people at Babel. Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. Then, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. Let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Exactly 46 words. What does that have to do with anything? Here is a picture of the wilderness temple, the tabernacle. It was built by Moses by the instructions of God himself. Moses was instructed that down the, let's see here, this is east-west, so this would be north and south. Down the south wall, there was to be 20 boards laid across here for the wall. On the north wall, 20 boards. The front does not have boards. It's an open doorway. It has 4 pillars. The back, then, has 6 boards that make it all together. 20 plus 20 plus 6. 46 exactly. Here's the temple, the tabernacle, the body. The body, that's what that's about, because your chromosomes, 46 chromosomes, and they're basically death. Don't you understand that? When you look at the words of Lucifer or the serpent in the Garden of Eden, they're all about death. What is the temple of the Antichrist?